What's up, everyone? Doing this seat belt part right here. We used to call this the buckle. This one's jammed down and it's just not working as good anymore. Sometimes it'll just release, so it's got to go. The thing with this is you could probably get the nut off right there. If you look down there, you can see the nut, but it's got this connector that's underneath the seat. I'm gonna just take this seat out. I don't want to be reaching in there trying to get it out, because these YOLO airbag connectors are usually more tricky than a regular connector, so I don't want to be spending a bunch of time under there. So what I'm going to do is there's a 14mm right here and then one over there on the other side on the back. Same thing, just take this off, 14mm, take this off, 14mm. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and then get the bolts out. I'm going to do it off camera. Okay, I got all my bolts out. Basically with these, you just pull on the side and pull it back and it'll come undone, and then get your bolt out. Nothing special to getting these bolts out. You literally just take them out. Same for the front. Got them out in the front here. See, the seat will move now, and what we're going to do is you can't just take it out, you got to lift it up. And in the front here, you got to disconnect the connector so it's not connected to the wiring. So basically you got this big wiring harness. It comes to right here, these two connectors. Just disconnect these two connectors and that should be it. So for this one, you just squeeze the bottom here and pull it off. And there's three actually. For this one, there's a little tab on top. I'd recommend getting a small flathead and just pushing that tab down, and then go ahead and getting it out. Like that. And the airbag one, the yellow one, could be a little tricky. Let me see if I can figure it out. Actually, it's not complicated at all. You just take a flathead, push this little white tab kind of down and out, and it'll come right off. And then we'll disconnect it from the bottom of the seat frame. This is just a little connector to guide the harness. Pull that one out, and there's one more right back here. It's kind of hard to get them out without breaking them unless you got like a correct tool. I'm gonna just wiggle and pull it out, and I could like zip tie it in if I need to when it goes back in. Okay, got it out. Now everything's disconnected. We could take the seat out the car. It may help to like fold the seat up before you disconnect the connectors with the switches before they're in op. I'm gonna pull this out now. Alright, now we got this out, we can go ahead and take this side panel off and get this seatbelt off. Actually, I'm going to flip the chair over and disconnect the connector. I got the chair flipped up. If you come in here, it's kind of hard to even see. You can see just a little yellow back there. I'm just going to take the panel off. It'll be a lot easier. So here's your screw right here. Take this part off. Got that. Save that. This could kind of pull apart a little bit. Let's go get it disconnected on the other side. In the front, it just pulls apart, and then same with when you come back this way, it just kind of pulls apart. This is kind of old, so it's really brittle, so if tabs are breaking off, then it's kind of normal. But I'm gonna go ahead and pull this off now. Alright, so I pulled it off. Basically what you gotta do is push this forward and then lift it up, and it'll come off. The wire for the seatbelt, it was under this guide. You're gonna have to get it off the guide. But yeah, here's our guy. So disconnect it here, unbolt it here, we'll put the new one in. So what you want to do is get it pulled out, get the guide pulled out first, and then that tab right there on the top of there, gently lift it up. I used a small flathead, and then this came right out. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this off now. Another 14mm. Alright, just like that. We'll save that. Got my new one. I'm gonna bolt it on first. Put it like that, put our nut on. Alright. and then plug it in here. Alright, and then we will put our guide back in its spot. Alright guys, and when you put your plastic piece back on, there's a guide spot for the wire. Just go ahead and hook your wire there and then put the thing back on. Oh, I'm sorry, put it back on first and then put the wire in. And so that's about it. I'm not going to show you guys putting it all back together. I think you can figure it out if you got this far. Be careful putting the panel back together, because when you put it together and you plug it back into the sides, be cautious of these tabs breaking off. These cars are getting older and these pieces are getting a lot more brittle. But that's about it, guys. So hope this video helped you out. Thanks for watching.